What's up guys, DK. Just a little rant video here, if you can call it a rant video. As some of you know, lately I've been playing Star Ocean The Last Hope. This is a game I should have played a long time ago. I told you, after I started playing Persona, I realized that Final Fantasy is not the only good RPG game out there. But unfortunately, for people like me who like to see their games through, this one has a serious problem. I've been looking at a few guys on this game, and it seems to this very day, there's still a lot of unsure, unanswered questions about this game, which is a huge flaw that the game has. There's so much uninformative information, which is one of the very reasons why I'm making this video. There has got to be at least one person watching this video who has platinumed the game and they know everything about it. Usually when I start playing the game and I really enjoy it, my ultimate goal is to take down the super boss. In this case, it's a woman known as the Ethereal Queen or something like that. She's located at the very bottom of the Wandering Dungeon. If you were to compare this to the Final Fantasy series, it's basically the Lunar Ruins from Final Fantasy IV, the Sealed Temple in Final Fantasy V, the Dragon's Den in Final Fantasy VI, and so on and so forth. Except for the simple fact that it's about twice as tedious. I dare say it even endorsed the Via Infinite from 10-2, and that's saying a lot. There's a total of 20 floors. On the odd number floors, you have to fulfill certain tasks before you can go to the next floor. And on the even number floors, all you have to do is simply beat the boss there and then you can go to the next floor. That doesn't sound too bad, does it? Don't be fooled, it's tedious as fuck. Here's the thing. The problem down here is not the monsters. In order to gain access to this place, you need to be a somewhat powerful super boss. If you can take him down, then the normal fights down here should be a piece of cake. Just watch out for those clowns. They suck. There are 3 possible tasks that you need to complete on the odd number floors. The first task is to simply win a series of battles. This one is actually very good. For starters, it takes the least amount of time to complete. But most importantly, since these count as ambushes, you'll get a ton of experience points. The second task can be a little frustrating. This one requires you to disable all of the elemental crystals found throughout the floor. Between floors 1 and 10, it's not that bad because the rooms are kind of small. After floor 10, however, the rooms get much larger and you lose all your sanity just trying to find all the fucking crystals. There's a few other elements that make this kind of frustrating, but overall it's not too bad. The third task is definitely the one I hate the most. This one requires you to collect a random number of geostones. The problem here is that these are rare drops from the monsters inside the dungeon. You need to bring in certain party members depending on which type of monsters you're fighting. And I guess that's actually kind of a good thing because it provokes you to learn how to use everybody at some point. The problem I have with this is the fact that the drops are kind of rare, and sometimes they ask for a lot of these things. There's a few things you can do to speed this up, but it still might take a while. The bosses themselves are not that tough, except for the one on floor 10. That guy's a pain in the ass. But eventually you will make it to floor 20 and then you can confront the super boss. So some of you are probably saying, so what's the problem, DK? This is nothing compared to some of the things you've done in the past. This is true, except for one minor detail. You see, in most of the games I play, usually when I'm doing something of this magnitude, at some point I'm actually given the option to save my game. The Wandering Dungeon says, fuck that, no saves for you. If it didn't take 2 to 5 hours to get to floor 20, then maybe it wouldn't be so bad. But you see, that's not the only issue I have with this place. Before I start challenging the queen, I want to make absolutely sure that I'm armed to the teeth with max stats. Unfortunately, this means I need 8 tri-emblems to get started. They can only be bought from some dude named Santa. The problem? The fucker won't show up. According to most of the guys I read, he has a chance to randomly appear on any of the floors starting from floor 10 and on down. Now some people say he doesn't start spawning until floor 8 and some people say he doesn't start spawning until floor 12. So fuck, which one is it? This is what I'm talking about, guys. It would seem that most of the guys I read were taken straight from the Xbox version. Unfortunately, when this game was ported to the PS3 and now the PS4, they seem to have made some minor changes to make the game even more tedious. Mostly to slow down your grinding. And personally, I think that was a dick move. There was no reason for them to do that. I would not be surprised if they made a change here as well. The first time you enter this dungeon, Your first goal is to find Santa and stock up on Trial Emblems. But because he randomly appears, it's possible to go through the whole fucking dungeon and not see him a single time. I just made it all the way to floor 19 and I never saw this guy. So why didn't I go to floor 20, you ask? Simple. You don't know where this guy is going to spawn. On floor 20, I might open the door and find Santa, but if I'm unlucky, I'll open the door and get my ass handed to me by the queen. Right now, all I want to do is find Santa so I can get my Trial Emblems and possibly fulfill his request. Then I'll rush through the dungeon and take my swings at the queen. Now, although I didn't find him on my first time through the dungeon, it wasn't a total loss because I did pick up a lot of good stuff down there. But seriously, I need to know for sure if there's something I'm doing wrong. Is there some special kind of way to bring this guy out or something? I just don't think I can deal with going through this whole dungeon, making it all the way to the bottom, only to realize that he wasn't there. I want to know just what the fuck was going on in the minds of the people who created this game. I love the fact that the dungeon has tough monsters. I love the fact that you fight souped up versions of the storyline bosses. That is awesome. I love it. I love the fact that the queen is really, really difficult to beat. I love that. I love a good challenge. But what I don't like is the fact that they force you to go through 19 tedious floors that can take anywhere from 2 to 5 hours without saving your fucking game. If you die or go back because you wanted to save, you gotta do the whole thing all over again. This includes the bosses. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who feels this way. But I do love this game. It's really fun to play. So hopefully one day I will find Santa Claus, complete my grinding, and then maybe I'll be able to take her down. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you later. Take it easy.